Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the first Tarot Tuesday of the year. Yay. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Okay. So I just have to get this up because we have lots to do today. I'm going to help you guys to learn how to calculate your life path card and your year card. And we're going to talk about what that means when we do. All right. Hold on. I'm going to shut this light off because it's horrible. No. And no. Okay. When I have lots of light behind me, it just makes everything look a little goofy. Okay, let's see. Hello, everyone. Christiana, hello. I hope I'm out of the ER before this starts. Out of the ER, oh no. I broke my clavicle while trying to take my bed apart. Oh, Christiana, my goodness, girl. You've had a rough one. My heart's journey, hello. Doctors say I can go to the rage room with my friends on Thursday. Well, that's good. Hi, M.A. I'm sending you all healing. It is one of those weeks, years, I don't know, months. I did not fold my blanket and it's going to annoy the crap out of me. It's funny that the year, at least for me, has not transitioned yet. I don't know if any of you have felt that energy has not really transitioned the right way. But I know I have. It still seems to be stuck kind of in last year's energy, and I'm not crazy about that. I freaking love tarot. Yay! I know, right? Me too. Nightshade, hello. Hi, Crimson. Oh my goodness, just sliced my finger open. All right, that's it. I have to put you all in a bubble, don't I? You're all going to be bubble people today. Hello. Hi, Stephen. Hi, I think I saw Darian. Yep, Darian is here. Hello. Sherry, hi. So hello, everyone. Kay, hi, honey. Kim, Lori, hi. Okay. Yeah, I have felt the year hasn't quite transitioned yet for me into new energies. I do want to show my shirt because I love this shirt. Look at boobies. My mother actually got me a shirt that I really love. My mother's really good at presents. We don't get along very well, but she knows me very well. So she's pretty good at presents. So I did want to show my booby shirt. So Happy New Year. If I haven't said it to you yet, hello, Happy New Year. Welcome to the first Tarot Tuesday of the year. The first Tarot Tuesday that is not about one card. Exciting. And so I thought we would start the year out with learning how to calculate your life path card and your year of the card of the year, the tarot card of the year, your year card, and talk about what that means. And I will help you calculate it. I have a calculator here because that's the only way I can do this. Kind of just start that out that way. I do want to mention that I have now put into, they all have playlists. All of the cards are in playlists. If you go into my channel and go into playlists, there is a playlist for the major arcana, and they are now in order from 0 to Judgment. And then there is a different playlist for every suit. So there's a wand suit, and it goes from ace to king. There's a sword suit, there's a cup suit, there's a pentacle suit, and I have put them all in order. So if you are looking for a specific card, it should be easier to find. So, because I can't believe that we've gone through all of them, and we really have. We've gone through all of them. I kind of kept thinking I was going to find one that I missed, or that like, oh shit, I forgot to do that one, or somehow I missed one. We've done all of them, which is pretty exciting. The way that I learned to do the life path card is I did I guess it was well, how do I want to say this? It was a seminar on Zoom with Mary K. Greer, who is the author of this book, Who Are You in the Tarot? Apparently, this is the old version. There's a new version that just came out that is called something else. I probably should have looked that up. But Mary K. Greer's Who Are You in the Tarot? And apparently, like I said, a new version just came out, but it's the same book. And it talks about your tarot for yourself. Thank you. That might be the new version of this, I think. It may be. Does it talk about your life path card and how to calculate it and then what that means and stuff? She's amazing. Yeah, I love Mary K. Greer. She is absolutely amazing. I loved doing this seminar with her, which I think, I'm trying to think, was it last year or the year before now? I can't remember. It was when I got the relative tarot, so it may have been last year. But it was a great seminar, and she kind of walked you through this book specifically and what it all meant. And so I kind of go back a lot and reference this book. This is a great book to reference all of the different things that you can calculate. Hi, Mikey. So it's a great book, and it's a great way to, if you're really interested in all this stuff, it's a great way to really look at your tarot cards. And the archetypal tarot. Thank you, Kim. I knew that it just came out in a different name, and I could not remember. So it's the archetypal tarot. Is the same book as this, that they just re-released it under a different name. So it's Mary K. Greer, the archetypal tarot. Or if you can find an old copy of Who Are You in the Tarot, that's the older version. It's to me, it's scarily accurate when she talks about, and I'm going to allow you guys to ask questions, and I'll try to go through as many of these as I can with you. It's scarily accurate, just like astrology and that kind of thing. It's very accurate usually. And it tells you a lot about what your purpose in this go around in life is and that kind of thing. So let's start with how to calculate your life path card. Okay, so I have Mikey. I'm so glad you're here, Mikey. Look, I'm using, Mikey brought this for Witchypalooza, and I've had it forever for teaching, and I'm finally using it. I'm so excited. All right, so I don't know, can you guys read this? Yes, okay. So your life path card, you start out with your birthday, okay? So my birthday is September 26, 1972, which breaks down to 9/26, 1972. So you add 9 plus 26 plus 1972, and you get down to 2007. This is your base number. Okay, that will become important later. We'll talk about the base number. So mine is 2007. And then you add all of these numbers up. So mine happens to be 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 7, which equals 9. So my life path number is 9. Okay? That is the way that Mary Greer teaches. There's another way to do it. But this is the way we're going to talk about tonight, because this is what Mary teaches and how she teaches, because then we can do your shadow card and all that from this. Do you think our souls keep choosing to come back to physical form because they want to achieve all of the life cards? Courtney, I think that the cards that we keep coming back to are cards that the lesson that we need. For sure. For sure. Okay, so does anybody, yours is 8. Okay. So if this number, when you come down, you get 2007, and then you add those numbers up, your life path number is 1? Yes. If this number is 22 or below, then that is your life path number. That will correlate to the tarot card 1 through 22 in the major arcana of the tarot. Now, tonight I happen to be using, in honor of Miss Betty White, I happen to be using the Golden Girls Tarot because I had to pull it out when Betty died. So, like My Heart's Journey said, her number was 8, which is strength. Your life path card is strength. Now, there's a couple different things that can happen. If your number here, after you add up your 4 numbers from your base number, if your life path number is 2 numbers, if it's 23, if it's above 22, then you have to to bring it down another number. If it is so 1 plus 3 plus, oh damn it, I don't have enough light in here. Hold on, sorry. Come on. 1 plus 3 plus 1980 equals 1984, which then 8, 10, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yes, 22. 22. Yours is 29. So 21 is actually your life path card. This is what I was going to say. This can come out 2 different ways. If your number is like mine and it reduces itself down, you can't reduce it anymore. Mine is 9. That means I do not have a personality and a soul card. Okay, this is what it's called. The first number you get is 9. For RG, the first number you get is 21. That is 21 is your personality card. Your personality card is 21, which is the world. That's your personality card. Now, you, RG, also have a soul card. Your soul card, because you can bring that down one more time, your soul card is 3. So your soul card is the Empress, which is 3, the Empress. Your life path, your personality card is 21, which is the world. Your life path or your soul card is 3, okay? And then we'll keep going. Yours is 9. So if yours is 2, 9, don't forget this is, so the Fool is 22. Those who said 22, you're an unusual case. My husband is 22. You have the Fool because the Fool stands for 0, and that's for what number and below? That is for 9 and below. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You all have the same personality and soul. You don't really have a soul card. Okay? Math. I know. Me too, Mikey. That's why I have this out, because, you know, me and math, guys. I'm not the best at math. So that is all the way up to 22. That is your personality card, your life path card. Those people who have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, if it already is down to the simplest number, then you have a personality card that's your soul card too. You don't have different ones. Okay? It's okay, Bob. It's not hard. It is your month. So mine is September 26th. Bob, yours is December 21st, and whatever your year is. I can't remember what your year is. So yours is 12, 21, And then whatever, add that in too. Mine is 1972. It's not 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 2. Not in the way we're doing it. It's 1972, which equals whatever that equals, 2007 for me, which brings it down to 9. Okay? There is another method that may give a different answer. I'm not even going to go over it. What we were just talking about is the other method. Some people do 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 2 plus 2 plus 6 instead of adding it together. That's not how Mary talks about it. So we're just going to talk about it the way Mary talks about it, but some people do break it up that way, which is okay, but that's not how we're going to talk about it. Okay. So your personality card is the first number that you get. If it's 22 or less, that's your personality card. That stays the same all the time. Mine is the Hermit. Number 9 is the Hermit. Don't forget, so if it's 22, it's the Fool. If it's 1, it's the Magician. 2 is the High Priestess. 3 is the Empress. 4 is the Emperor. Hi, Michelle. 5 is the Hierophant. 6 is the Lovers. 7 is the Chariot. 8 is Strength. 9 is the Hermit. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. 11 is Justice. 12 is the Hanged Man. 13 is Death. 14 is Temperance. 15 is the Devil. 16 is the Tower. 17 is the Star. 18 is the Moon. 19 is the Sun. 20 is Judgment. And 21 is the World. Now, if your card is 1 through 10, really, because 10 is also the Wheel of Fortune no matter what, right? 1 plus, well, no, because 1 plus 0 would be 1. All right, so 1 through 9. If your card is 1 through 9, you have the same soul and personality card. If your card is 10 and 10 to 22, your soul card is then what that breaks down to. So this would be your soul card. If your card is 10, is the Wheel of Fortune. Your soul card is 1, is the Magician. If your personality card is Justice, your soul card is 2, which is the High Priestess. If your personality card is the Hanged Man, it's 3. Your soul card is 3, which is the Empress. What is the method of using the letters in your name? Oh, that's a different video. Remind me, Mikey, and I'll do that video another time if you want. I just don't want to confuse everyone because that can go way off into other things, okay? All right, so is there anyone that has not figured out their life path card and or their soul card that needs my help? Because I have my calculator here, I can help you. Is there anyone that hasn't figured it out yet? If you haven't figured it out and you need my help, put your birthday and your year. Make sure you put your year down. Okay. So, Michelle, 11 plus 27 plus 1978 equals 2016. 2016, that's your base number. If you have a pen, write that down. Your base number is 2016. That breaks down to 6 plus 1 is 7 plus 2 is 9. So you're like me, you're Hermit. You don't have a soul card, a different soul card. You have one card that incorporates both. We'll talk about, you do have something else. We'll talk about that in a minute. Since I got a 5, I figured that was my soul card and personality card. Yes, are the same. Exactly. Are the same. Life and personality and soul card are the same. 62570. Okay. So this is, I've been doing it the way Mary Greer does it. 6 plus 25 plus 1970 equals 2001. So your life path card is the Empress, is 3. Your soul, or your soul card and your personality card are both the same. They're both 3. Now you do have, there's another card that we're going to talk about in a minute. If you have one of those lower numbers, you do have another card that we're going to talk about called the Hidden Path card or the Teacher card. Mine is 8, I think. I did with the vowels and the consonants. There was an inverse thing. It's a whole nother thing. I got the Hermit. Okay, good. All right. So everybody has their life path card. And if you have one, you have your life path card and your soul card, right? So everybody has that? 22 is the Fool. Yes, 22 is the Fool. Yes. The High Priestess is not 3. The High Priestess is 2. 0 is the Fool. 0 being 22, actually. We put it at the end because there is no 0, right? Magician is 1. 2 is the High Priestess. 3 is the Empress. Okay? Strength or justice, right, exactly. Depending on, if you're a person that does mostly Rider Waite, then it would be strength, right? My life path card is 18. Ooh, is the Moon. Life path card is 9. So the soul card, if it comes down to 9 already, if yours is like 2007 and it only breaks down to 9, then you don't have a soul card, a separate soul card. Your life path and your, your personality and your soul card are both the same. Like mine is both 9s. You do have something else, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Life path is same as personality if it is 10. No, Sherry, if it's 10, because technically that would break down to 1. So your personality card would be Wheel of Fortune. Your soul card is 1, is the Magician. Golden Girls, yes. Yes. That's okay. Hi, Fatima. My year card is Death. That's okay. It's okay to have death. Now, this is what I want to talk about. What does that mean? So once we get there, what does that mean? We'll talk about a couple other things in a minute. But let's talk about what that means if you, once you get your life path card, what that means. Okay? First of all, let's talk about the people who got 22. That's like my husband, because it's an unusual case, right? If your birthday adds up to 22, you combine great impulsiveness and great mastery. It's a fine line to balance. The number 22 represents the Fool, since there are 22 cards in the major arcana, and in numerology, 22 is a master number signifying great wisdom or great folly. It reduces to 4, the Emperor. While you might consider 4, the Emperor, to be your soul card, and 22, the Fool, to be your personality card, I find that in practice, they actually work as a unit. Don't expect Emperor Fools to sit still for anyone's system. Okay? So it is really, they work in unison. All right? We're going to talk about the Hidden Factor card in just a minute, but I want to just read you a little bit of if you, what your, oh, actually, we kind of have to talk about the Hidden Factor card first, don't we? Yeah, let me talk about the Hidden Factor card first, okay? And then we'll go back and we'll talk about each of the, because you'll have 2 or 3 numbers at the end of this, which say what kind of person you are, technically, okay? All right, so here we go. The Hidden Path card. Here we go. This is called the hidden factor or the teacher card. All right. In addition to the numbers obtained directly through addition and reduction, there's frequently another number indirectly connected with your birth date, which we call the hidden factor or the teacher card. The following chart will help you determine this number. So here it is. If you are, here we go. I'm going to show you and then I'm going to read it. So ready? If you are a 1910 1, which says if your life path card is a 19 or a 10 or a 1, then your hidden factor is the other one of those. Right? Wait. Root number, hold on. We'll help you yes, this number. A tarot constellation consists of all the cards with the same root number. Yes. So it will be the other number. So let me use me as an example. You ready? Here we go. So I'm a 9. I'm a 9-9. It's because I don't have a soul card because it doesn't reduce down again. So it's only a 9-9. So here I am in the 9-9. This is me. The other number in here is 18. Even though that didn't show up for me, the 18, because it didn't show up for me before, that's my hidden factor. Well, it was my hidden factor. Now it's my teacher card. Okay? Ready? So 18 is the moon. If you are... You think it's a good sign if your life path and the year card are the same? It means that you have a focus on that specifically. So for me, it's the Hermit, right? So this go around in this lifetime, I really needed to do introspection work. And my hidden factor or my teacher card, the Moon, that shows that even more. Because the Moon is all about what's hidden in the shadows. So the tough thing for me this go round in this lifetime is shadow work and what's hidden in the shadows. And the thing that I have to grasp is what's hidden in the shadows. Because of my age, it's called a teacher card. If you are in the first half of your life up until age, I think it's 50, I want to say 57. It is your hidden path card, and I'll talk about that. Okay. All right. You get to teach me a lesson. I love you, Pookie. Okay. So, if we're going to look at that chart then, if you are a 19, a 10, or a 1, whichever number didn't come up for you, that's your hidden path number. Does that make sense? So if you're a 10, then your hidden path is the 19. My year card is 12. So Hanged Man. Hanged Man is your year card. Hi, Leanne. Not your year card. Hanged Man is your life path card. Bob, what is your year of birth? It's 12/21, right? And then what's your year? Let's do Bob on here. Where's mine? Damn it. Oh, here it is. So here's Bob's birthday. It's December 21st. So 12 plus 21 plus, I'm lost if I'm an 8. Hold on, I'll come back to you. What's your year, honey? Year of birth? 1983. So 1983 equals 1983 equals 2016. So 2016, that's going to be your base number, which we'll get back to eventually. So when we add it up, it's 6 plus 1 is 7. Plus 2 is 9. 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 6 is 9. So you are a hermit like me. Your life path number is Hermit 9 like me. Okay, does that make sense? Do you understand? 6 plus 1 plus 2 will give you 9 like me. All right, that's okay, you're good. Okay, so 8, someone said who said it? Someone said you are an 8. Where'd it go? Shit. I swear I saw it. Where is it? Oh, here we go. My heart's journey. I'm lost. If I'm an 8, what is my teacher card? All right. If you are younger than 50, then it is called your hidden path card. So you're an 8. So are you a straight 8? Do you have a soul card? Or did that break down? That you must be a straight 8, right? It didn't break down from 17, right? So your hidden path is 17, which is the star card. I have a spider on my top. I do. See, look, they're called, hold on, now I'm a gay 8. yes, you are. See, it's boobies. See my boobies? I'm such a mammotech. All right. So your hidden path is the star. Remember that. 17 is your hidden path. Here we go. Here's the chart again. So it is the number that was not used. Does anybody see, out of the top row here, does anybody see one that you used both of these numbers? It shouldn't be. I think it's all of us should have a hidden path. You should have one number there that was not used when you broke down your personality and soul card number. Boobies is a great pun, isn't it? Boobies. I'm such a mammotech. So does anybody else need help with their hidden path card? Now I'm going to tell you what the hidden factor number is. In addition, called your hidden factor or teacher card. And then we figured it out. If anybody needs help, let me know. Where did she talk about it? Damn it. We're going to talk about Saturn, and this is why the hidden path number is different, here we go. Hidden factor as a shadow. So, hidden path for 3. All right. And it was a straight 3, right? It comes out to 3 because yours must come out to like 2001 or something is your base number. So if you're a straight 3, $12. Yes, a straight 3. Okay. So 12 was your 12 and 21. The first is exemplified. High Priestess. So your soul card, he's a 2022. So you would be a 12-3. So the hidden factor is justice. It's 11 is the only number not directly appearing in the birth reduction. All right, so you are, wow, how do you have 2 hidden factors? Damn it, Mikey. That's okay, Whispers of 3. Hold on, I'll work on yours in a second. If the root number, single digits. Okay, a tarot constellation consists of all the cards with the same root number, as well as the major arcana. The chart aligns, so 1910-1 reduces down to the root number of 1. Each of the 9 groups also includes all the cards from the minor. Let's go back to the birth date used of Frida. Her soul card, Empress, by is 12. Her soul card is 3, but you started out as a straight 3. So you have 2 hidden factor cards, 1 hidden factor, 20 and 21. Barack Obama's card is Judgment. His soul card is the High Priestess. Therefore, his hidden factor is Justice. So if your soul, or if your thing card started out 5 through 9, single 5 through 9, no, 2. Here we go. Hit 2 hidden factor cards. You have 2. You have 2 hidden factor cards. Okay, people who are single 1, 2, 3, or 4, that is having personality patterns of 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, or 4, 4, have 2 hidden factor cards, as shown by the chart. These patterns are pretty rare, occurring mostly around the turn of the century. So it's rare. You have 2 hidden factor cards. Since you are a 3, your hidden factors are 12 and 21. So you have 2 shadows that follow you through your life. One is the Hanged Man, and the other is the World card. 2 hidden factor cards. That's why it fucked me up. All right. 7, 24, 68. Okay, 7 plus 24 plus 19, 68 equals 1999. Remember that. Hi, Mel. That is your base number is 1999. So we're going to go 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 equals 28. We still have to bring it down, right? So 8 plus 2 is 10. So your not soul card. I'm going to have to write this. Your personality, life path is your personality card is 10. Personality, I'm a lefty. And then your soul card. Your soul card is 1 because it breaks down to 1. Okay? So your personality card is 10. Your soul card is 1. So you are a 10-1. Your hidden factor card is 19 because that's the only number that didn't come up on the chart for you. Smart, setting that to your right, being lefty. I know, this is my chair. I didn't think about that at all. I didn't practice this ahead of time now. All right, who else? 5, 29, 95. All right, so 5 plus 29 plus 1995 equals 2029. That's your base number is 2029. Plus 0 plus 2 plus 9 equals 13. So 13 is your personality card. 4, 3 plus 1, 1 plus 3, because it breaks down again. 4 is your soul card. Okay? 13 is your personality card. 4 is your soul card. So when we look at this gives you the only number. 4, 13, so 22. That means the Fool is your hidden factor card. Okay? Got it? Mel. 11. Oh, shit. Hold on, Danny. I'll do yours in a second. 11, 22, 19, 79. 20, 12. That's your base number. I would write that down because it comes up again later. Your base number is 2012. So 2 plus 0 plus 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. Your personality card is the Hierophant. You do not have a separate soul card. 5 is your 5 is your personality and your soul card. You are concentrating on the Hierophant. In this lifetime, that's your concentrate. And we'll talk about what that means later. Because you're a 5, your hidden factor card here is 14. So Temperance is going to be your hidden factor card. Joe and I are the same. I'm shocked. I'm just shocked. All right. Danny, 6/22, 1988. 6 plus 22 plus 1988 equals 2016. That's your base number. So that is 7, 8, 9. You're the same as me. 9. 9 is both personality and soul. Your hidden factor is the same as mine, is 18. Is the life personality card same as the birth card? Yes, the life path card and the personality card are the same. Your life path card is your personality card. My other question is, because I'm slowly, don't you have to add them up as single digits? No, you do not. We're doing this from Mary Kay Greer, okay? Mary Kay Greer, this is how she does it. This is how she learned in the numerology. She does the history. This is a great book. She brings back the whole history of why she does it this way. And that is another way to do it. And that's okay. But we're going to do it from what Mary Kay Greer talks about, because she brings it way back, the history of how they figured it out or something numerologically. And so we are going to do it the way Mary Kay Greer teaches to do it. So yours would be beautiful. 1967. Yes. Okay. So 13 soul card is death, and hidden factor card is the Fool. So 13 is your life path card, or 13 is your soul card? Is your personality 4 or 13? Can I please see your whole shirt? Yes, I love my shirt. So here is, see, and then it says boobies. And then this is the bottom. Isn't that cute? My mom got it for me, so even though my mom and I fight a lot, she's a pretty good gift giver, I must say. Boobies. No problem. So Hannah, yay, you're welcome. So Hannah, you wonder why we get along so well. We're the same person. I know, Pookie. Pookie and I are both hermits too. So Hannah, was your personality card 4 or 13? Four or 13? Okay, so your personality card was 13. Your soul card was 4. So your hidden path card is 22, is the Fool. See, 4, 13, because that's the only card that hasn't shown up for you, is 22. Does anybody else have any question about what your hidden path card is? Now here's what's really cool is, and I have to find where it talks about the Saturn alignment. Okay, the hidden factor card. So this is what's really cool to me about the hidden factor card. Your hidden factor card indicates aspects of yourself that you fear, reject, or don't see. And thus it can also be called the shadow card. The shadow is a term used by Carl Jung. Refers to unknown or little known parts of your personality. They are aspects of ourselves that we deny, and thus we can't see it directly. Okay? Personality card was 13. Yes. All right. However, we remain sensitive to these qualities, and therefore we tend to see them in others via the psychological mechanism of projection. So it's those people that kind of bug us because we're seeing parts of the personality that we've tried to hide. These shadow qualities are dualistic, having a dark side and a bright side. What is called the dark shadow refers to those qualities we mistrust and dislike, like little sins. They contain tremendous psychic power that we can use if we contact them without fear. The bright shadow refers to the qualities that we admire: appearance, creativity, assertiveness, and actually have the potential to manifest, but again, we cannot seem to see them in ourselves. Often these inner impulses pop out at inappropriate times and in unexpected ways because they're not under the control of our conscious mind. What's 21? I'm lost. Is it 12 or 3? So 21 is the world card. The world card is your personality card. Your shadow card then would be 3, not your shadow card. Your soul card would be 3 because it breaks down to the Empress. So that's your soul card. And then your hidden factor card would be 12 because that's the only one that hasn't shown up for you. So your hidden factor card is 12, is the Hanged Man, okay? 13 as the soul card is rather fitting due to me having some clair abilities. That's good, good, good. Shoot, where was I? So, I want to talk about where it comes down. It talks about Saturn because this was super interesting to me. And as I go through astrology more and more, I appreciate Saturn's return. And it talks about what that means. Often these inner impulses pop out at inappropriate times and in unexpected ways because they're not under our conscious mind control. The shadow card functions in much the same way that Saturn does in one's astrological chart. Saturn is the outermost planet, personal planet, and as such, it establishes limits beyond which we cannot go. We cannot go beyond Saturn in our chart without expanding into transpersonal and metaphysical experience. Our day-to-day mundane stuff cannot go beyond Saturn. So if you have Saturn was real close during that time, there's only so far that you can go before you hit Saturn, and you can't go beyond that until you start thinking in metaphysical, spiritual terms. That's as far as you can go personality-wise. That's it. So you'll see some people who you think are very young, like haven't been around several lives, are new souls. It's a lot of times it's because Saturn is close to them. They cannot go beyond that. They have to go spiritually to get beyond Saturn. Where am I? Thus, the card thus represents a doorway into that transpersonal and metaphysical realm, the inner planes. Most of us, though, experience this card as a mirror in which we see fears and fascinations. We're talking about the hidden factor card. In it, we are confronted with our limitations, our obsessions, our anxieties, the source of our stress. Often the hidden factor points out invisible beliefs. Those that lie outside are out of sight behind other beliefs. For instance, one such belief is that you are responsible for your lover's happiness, which for some people lies invisibly beyond the belief that if your lover isn't happy, it's your fault and you must do something to fix it. The hidden factor card acts as your shadow most strongly during your younger years. And this is why the planet Saturn takes 28 to 30 years to complete a circuit of the zodiac. So, to return to where it was in the sky when you were born. This approximate 29-year cycle of Saturn is known as your Saturn return. So when you go through that Saturn return, it's usually a tumultuous year for you. As I mentioned before, Saturn, which represents many of the qualities of your hidden shadow and which has much the same significance as the hidden factor card, has to face itself every 29 years. By the time you are 30 years old, most people recognize these shadow characteristics in themselves. And now they realize that they have learned their greatest lessons from their shadow issues. So if you are younger than 29, you may not have had your shadow return or your Saturn return yet. And when that happens, most of us, somewhere around the age of 27, 28, 29, have the Saturn returns year, where you either go through, usually it's a tough time. You go through a lot of shadow work. You suddenly dislike what you have learned. You change some things about yourself. You move forward and this is who I want to be. Well, that happens again later. Okay. So the first time you go through that, if you are in that age range, before you have gone through your Saturn return, your hidden factor card is called your hidden factor card. If you have gone through that already, if you are over age 29 and you know you have gone through that, later on in life, around age 57 to 60, you're going to go through kind of a similar experience, but a little bit different. By the time they are 30 years old, most people recognize these shadow characteristics in themselves and now realize that they have learned their greatest lessons from the shadow issues. Carl Jung declared that the shadow is your greatest teacher and that only by getting to know your shadow can you achieve individuation. At the second Saturn return, between the ages of 57 and 60, so this is, a little bit older when you are middle-aged, the shadow aspects are revisited at a new level and may require letting go of the outer abilities and responsibilities that you had learned to rely on, so that in the second half of life, you can focus on developing more inner qualities. This is when that card becomes your teacher card. With people over 30, I tend to call their hidden factor card their teacher card because they are ready to work actively and consciously with the principles of that card. I'm not saying that you can't do this before your Saturn return. Many people become aware of their hidden factor issues much earlier, experience this Saturn return as a time of liberation and joy. Most people, at least intermittently, confront their fears, inner restrictions, and limitations. All of these can relate to their teacher card. If you have a nighttime card, a personality card between 14 and 18, then that card will also include in it the characteristics of some of the hidden factors cards. If you are 1910-1, you have no hidden factor card. Instead, you have the Wheel of Fortune as your teacher card. So if you are a 1910-1, you do not have a hidden factor card. You have a teacher card. 10 is your teacher card. Okay, does that make sense? Does everybody understand that aspect of it, the hidden factor card? We'll go back and talk about what your lifetime card is or your year card first. Okay, 1 plus 11 plus 1969 is 1981. That's your base. Your base number is 1981. So then we'll take 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 1 equals 19. Your personality card is 19, which is the sun. Your personality card is the sun. Your soul card is, when we break that down again, is the Wheel of Fortune. So you are a 1910-1. That's what we were just talking about. So you only have a teacher card. Yes, exactly. And Leanne, yours is too. You do not have a hidden factor card. You only have a teacher card. Yes. Hang in there, young people. Yes, I agree, Emma. It's funny. I know my Saturn returns year. I can picture the year. I was getting fired all the time because I wasn't a grown up yet, even though I had kids. I wasn't a grown up yet. I was not a good worker. I did not always do the right thing. Not that I always do the right thing now, but it's like something clicks and you're like, wait, this is not what I want my life to be. You know what? I have to be a grown up now. And something clicks and suddenly you realize things that are important to you that you didn't think before. And that's when I went back to school and did X-ray, was my Saturn returns. I'm so creepy, baby. You are. You do the wrong thing never. Yeah. I don't know about that. Okay. So does everyone understand? Because now we're going to move on to the tarot constellations and what they are and what they mean for you. I'm not going to go over, there's chapters. There's literally an entire chapter for each of the constellations. Is there anyone that is a magician? I think maybe Mikey might be a magician. which is, this includes the personality soul patterns 1-1, 10-1, and 19-10-1. Yes, we already said that is, we do have some of those. The principle, your major principle are of will and focus consciousness. Your soul archetype is consciousness, outer sense of self, persona, the aces. So all of the aces are your minor arcana cards, are all the aces. Indicate the opportunity to begin new things and reveal your 4 basic skills. The 10s demonstrate and develop skills with which to meet challenges and the results of taking the principles to their extremes. So that is a very basic idea of your personality, soul path, and hidden factor cards. Okay. Is there anybody that is a 2-2 or an 11-2 or a 22? The constellation of the High Priestess. Wouldn't a 1910 have 1 as their hidden card? No, only a teacher card. They only have a teacher card. And that is, however we talked about it. Because the Wheel of Fortune was involved in the computation, it is not hidden. It does not manifest the shadow quality normally associated with the hidden factor card. So it only has the teacher card. So in your first half of life, you will not have that shadow aspect of it. You will only have the teacher aspect of it later. I'm a 2. Okay. So the High Priestess constellation is your soul principle. Your principle is the principle of balanced judgment through intuitive awareness. That is what you're here on this life for, this go round. That's what you're here for. The principle of balanced judgment through intuitive awareness. Your soul archetype is unconscious, inner, all-knowing self, and your psyche. So much more inner awareness. Your psychic abilities, your intuitiveness, that is your soul purpose on this life. The 2s for you, in the minor arcana, the 2s represent the 4 ways in which judgments are made for you. So the 2s in the minor arcana for you are super important. My life path is 22, the Fool. We'll get there. 3 is, there is somebody that's 3, right? The constellation of the Empress. Your principle is the principle of love and creative imagination. Your soul archetype is feminine, fertile, creative mother. The 3s indicate the opportunities and challenges to creatively demonstrate love. But 10 can be reduced to 1, which hasn't come up, only 19 and 10. That's only, hold on, what does it say? In factor. Because that is only because the Wheel of Fortune, 1910 ones have no hidden factor. Because the Wheel of Fortune was involved in the computation, it is not hidden because it's 1. But 10 can be reduced to 1, which hasn't come up. Only 19 and 10 has. Yeah, but 19. So if you were a 19, 10. I don't know. That's what Mary Kay, look, Stephen, Mary Kay Greer says that. I don't know why. Don't ask me to understand the math. I'm just reading the math. I don't know. I'll try to find out though. Soul archetype, Empress, the principle of love and creative imagination. Soul archetype, feminine, fertile, creative mother. The 3s in the minor arcana indicate the opportunities and challenges to creatively demonstrate love for you. What does your board say behind you? A whole lots of lost. I know. I'm sorry. by board. This is this is how to calculate. So we were talking about how to calculate. The constellation of the Emperor. So 4 fours, 13 fours, 22 fours. Your principle of life force and the realization of power. That's why you're here this go around. That's why you're here. Your soul archetype is masculine, ordered, structured father. So that's why you're here, is to get, learn that concept, be good at that concept. The fours indicate the opportunities to consolidate and complete something in preparation for renewal. The fives, the Hierophant, constellation of the Hierophant, which is 5 fives and 14 fives. The principle of teaching and learning. Teaching and learning. Joseph and Mel, that's what you're here for. Teaching and learning this go around. Your soul archetype is the spirit, the teacher, and morality. That's your crux, your hang-ups. That's what you're here to learn and to teach. Teaching and morality. The fives in the minor arcana are here for you. The fives are what is your hang-ups. They are what will help teach you, to instruct you. Hi, dog. Indicate the challenges faced when learning through experience. Learning through experience. So the fives of the minor arcana, that's when you have a hard time learning through experience. Your morals are just fine. It's yes, but it's when you are learning, and of course your morals are just fine. It's when you are learning through experience, you have a hard time learning through experience or grasping. That's the challenges for you come through the fives in the minor arcana. So if you think of like the 5 of swords, which is defeat, when you get that 5 of swords moment, that's a truly challenging thing for you. The sixes, the constellation of the lovers, which is the patterns of 6-6 and 15-6. The principle of relatedness and choice. Your soul archetype is choice, union, separation, the twins, duality. The sixes indicate challenges of maintaining and sustaining relationships and of taking responsibility for your own choices. So the sixes in the minor arcana. The constellation of the Chariot, which is 7-7 and 16-7. Your principle is the principle of mastery through change. The Chariot, mastery through change. Your soul archetype is the hero, the warrior, quest, power over people. The sevens test whether mastery and control can be sustained through change. Oh my goodness. Stop. I hate notifications. Joe is sad he isn't the Chariot. Maybe next time, Joe. 8. So the constellation of strength is 8-8 and 17-8. Your principle is the principle of courage and self-esteem. The soul archetype is the heroine, enchantress, animal helper, power within. The 8s in the minor arcana indicate the gifts and challenges in developing the self-confidence to follow a vision. And then we have one more, and then we're going to go to the year card and how we interpret the year card, okay? Which is the constellation of the Hermit. That is Pookie and I and many others, includes 9-9 and 18-9. Our principle is the principle of introspection and personal integrity. Our soul archetype is the old wise one. See, Mel, the old wise one. See, that's my archetype. Old wise one. That's why I think I'm older than I am all the time. And journey to the underworld. That makes a lot of sense too. The 9s for us are our challenges. Indicate the challenges to be faced by looking within and discovering your own wisdom. Oh yeah, Christiana, you need the volume for this one for sure. Okay, so let's talk about the year the year card. So it's very similar. How to calculate your year is very similar to, where's my eraser? Ugh. Very similar to how you're calculating your life path. So like my year is, again, my birthday is September 26th. So it's 9 plus 26 plus this year, 2022. For me, that equals 2057. 2057. Then 2 plus 0 plus 5 plus 7 equals 14, which means this year my year card is temperance. 14 is temperance. I understand better with the sound down. My year card this year is death. Death was my year last year, and boy, was it. Those of you who know me know all the transitions that I went through last year. Yes, it was a death year. So temperance. All right, so anybody need help with calculate? 15 is the devil. Anyone need help with calculating your year card? Does anyone have the magician? I don't think so. I don't think you can have the magician, right? Because it starts out as 2022. There's no way that would go down to 1, right? It's going to start out with 2053. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, oh yeah, so 10. It does not go down from 10 though. 10 would be the Wheel of Fortune. 2060, yes, would be 8. Exactly. So strength. It's strength for you. 511, but instead of using, okay, so 5 plus 11 plus 1984 is 2000. That's your base number, Michelle. Your personality and your soul card are the same. So that is 2. 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. So your soul and personality card are the same, which is the High Priestess. If you were to do the year for you, Michelle, it would be 5 plus 11 plus 2022, which equals 2038, which would be 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 3 is 13. So death is, this year is death for you. Yes. Who else? 125. 1 plus 25 plus 20, 22, which equals 2048. So 2 plus 4 plus 8 is 14. So that's temperance. A lot of us are temperance. Okay, 11. All right. Let's start with 11, because I don't think there's a whole lot of, I'm trying to think. I don't think with the year, I don't think there's any way we can get down to like the magician and stuff, right? I'm so bad at math, but there's no way that somebody could break down to 1, I don't think. 2022, 2, because we're already starting with 6. So no matter, I don't know, maybe. Does anybody have a number less than 11? Oh, no. Did I say wheel? No. Does anybody have a number less than 11? 730. Please do more math. Shut up, Mel. 7 plus 30 plus 20, 22. Michael, I'm not going to go back over your life path card. You'll have to rewatch the first one. Your year card, though, is 2059, which then will break down to 2 plus 5 plus 9, which equals 16. So this is your tower year, honey. Tower. 1 plus 11 plus 22, which is 2034. 2 plus 0 plus 3 plus 4 equals 9. Correct. Oh, Leanne, yes. Okay. 1 plus 1 plus 2022 is the lowest. Okay. So Leanne has 9. So we'll start with the Hermit. This is what the Hermit year, if you have the Hermit year, this is what your Hermit year means. Okay. So if you are 9, here we go. In a Hermit year, you find yourself more isolated and alone than usual. Often right from the beginning of the year, you try to get together with friends, but they are busy, have moved, or are involved in other things. But then you find that you like having more time to yourself. There are things you need to reflect on and things to complete, and you need time alone to do this. In a 9 year, the last of the root numbers, you need to finish any projects and tie up loose ends from the past several years so that you will be unencumbered and can begin new things in the following year. Tie them up and send them out of your life, or else they become part of the baggage that hangs you up in a hanged man year. Your Hermit year is a year of introspection. You look back at where you've been and forward to where you're going. Acknowledge your accomplishments and see what you have learned in this last cycle. You are standing on the peak of some kind of achievement. What is it? It's time to reconnect with your long-term goals. The Hermit has actually captured the star from the star card and is using that vision to light the way. What is the light that illuminates your path? You may find a teacher or guide to help you in the Hermit year. Such a person usually seems older and wiser and represents a role model to emulate. Or you can be such a guide to someone else, remembering that with the Hermit energy, you teach more by example than by what you say. Despite your preference for withdrawal, your knowledgeable perspective and compassionate humanitarianism can benefit many people within your circle. Therefore, you might be called upon to be a leader or to motivate others. After the energy expenditure of the strength year, you may feel the need of some well-deserved rest. So let any wounds heal and reconnect with your sense of self. As this card is corresponding to Virgo, in Hermit year, you work hard and selflessly to prepare for the future. Remember that prudence can become overcautiousness, persistence can become obstinacy, and wisdom can become sanctimoniousness. All right, does that make sense? 13 is death. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Is anybody the 10 for this year? Does anybody have 10 for this year? I don't want to read the ones that nobody here has because they're kind of long, but you know, it's a good explanation though, and it really helps when I look at the ones that I've had before. Does anybody have 10? I do. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune year. The beginning of a Wheel of Fortune year is usually unmistakable. After a year of solitude and inner focus, you find yourself out in the limelight. You're in the middle of a social whirl or spinning like a top. With the Wheel of Fortune year as your year card, you have come to another turning point. From your past experience, you bring seeds for a new direction, but also burdens and obligations. The wheel is the equilibrium of contrary forces, irreversibly set in motion. There can be a lot of highs and lows. You probably move or change jobs this year or make some other turnaround in your life. I've seen people lose their job, apartment, and boy or girlfriend all at the same time. Yet, as there is an aura of prosperity and luck about this card, these people usually end up better off at the end of the year than when they began. From the introspection of the Hermit, you now find yourself more social again and expanding your horizons. New opportunities and choices present themselves, and you'll see options you never noticed before. Depending on what projects you completed last year and how well you begin to see the results in this year, you receive recognition for your accomplishments and appear in public or are thrust out beyond your usual niche in some way. You may find yourself flying high and wide, literally or figuratively. It is an excellent time for educational pursuits, communicating or publishing, and for initiating or expanding projects. although these seeding actions might not bear fruit for some time yet. Now's the time, though, to set goals, acknowledge dreams, and make long-range plans, visualizing the whole before becoming embroiled in the details. This is also a year in which things literally turn up, often as the results of processes begun long ago. For example, friends not seen in a decade may pop up. In terms of learning, they serve to make you aware of the effects of your actions over this period, with all the growth and changes that time brings. All in all, this is a fortunate year in which experience gained as the seasons turn help you focus on your new direction. Fatima, yours is 5? There are 2 people with 8. Damn it, man. All right, let me go back to 5 then. 5, and then we'll do 8. Hierophant. The Hierophant year. If 5 is your year this year, if your year is the Hierophant this year, the Hierophant year is the second in the power and authority cycle following the Emperor. People often go back to school, complete a course of study, or receive on-the-job training, or perhaps counseling. Now, you guys know this is for the year, right? This isn't your life path card. We're talking about your year card. You added your month and day of birth and then 2022 to that to get your year card, right? I just want to be sure because it's different when it's your life path card. It's a different reading kind of thing. If you are a teacher, trainer, or counselor yourself, this can be an important year to establish yourself in the field or to develop your professional skills. I totally lost it. As the minor arcana 5s show, you'll learn best this year through adversity or when faced with problems to solve, as all the 5s tend to be problematic. So this may be a year of stress, threatening the stability you tried to establish in the Emperor year. You may respond by rigidly adhering to tradition, also indicated by this card's correspondence to Taurus. Nine is the year. No, I haven't done the Hermit yet. You can take advantage of this year by learning to listen to your own inner counsel. Taurus is ruled by Venus, the Empress. The Moon, the High Priestess, is exalted, meaning that it's a good time to rely on inner knowledge. Educational or corrective institutions, religious organizations, and corporations can assume the role of authority figures in this year, and the rebellion you may feel is more generic than personal, although it may be represented by a single person. Or you could become the spokesperson or representative for such an organization. You are confronted by all your indoctrinated shoulds and oughts, which you will try to either uphold or oppose. Examine your values and beliefs to determine which ones still apply to your life. Ask yourself which ones limit and which ones produce growth. You can often tell when a Hierophant situation is activated because your emotions get involved. Trace those emotional reactions back to the old teachings that generated them. Then assess them for their current appropriateness. In a Hierophant year, there is usually someone you look up to as an authority, perhaps a guru or a spiritual leader, or maybe just someone you go to for advice. You probably find people turning to you for assistance since you represent access to some kind of knowledge at this time. When passing along traditional teachings, listen carefully to what you say. Are you speaking from your heart in accord with your inner wisdom, or are you routinely transmitting dogma? Recognize your ability to find your own answers. Okay. Does anybody have 6, 7, or 8? Oh, 8. A couple people had 8, right? Okay, 8 is strength. Your strength year. In your strength year, the central questions are, Is my heart in what I'm doing? Is it what I truly desire? After a year of suppressing your feelings in order to move ahead, you find your essential emotions reemerging. In fact, you will need them if you are to continue in your chosen direction. Without renewed passion, you may not endure the challenges and your fears about them. Thus, you could be forced to redirect your efforts. It's time to look at your instinctual nature and deal with any fears you have around it. A connection with animals can be especially important this year. As a card relating to Leo, this year you experience a lust, as Crowley calls this card. Ooh, did I miss a good one? For creativity, a lust for creativity and self-expression. Like the sap rising in spring, you feel a lust for life and a desire to demonstrate your affections, to take the risk of declaring and acting on what you love. It can be a year of sensual and sexual exploration. Hopefully, you will direct this passion into meaningful projects and not waste it or allow it to become a destructive force. In ritual magic, this is called raising a cone of power, which when released must be directed toward a specific purpose, or else its energy can wreak havoc. So look carefully at what you're doing, because you are metaphorically playing with fire. And like fire, your emotions can be a great civilizing force or a great destructive one, depending on how you use and direct them. Face your rage. Embrace what you feel to be ugly or beastly in yourself, because through such acceptance, you build strength of character. Please let me know if your number is 9. I think we had a couple 9s. The other side of the strength year can be very difficult. It may challenge you to use all your fortitude in order to persevere through situations of great difficulty, such as career, health, or family problems. You struggle to balance your own needs with the needs of those you love. You may be tested in your ability to handle something heartrending, to stick with it no matter how hard it gets. By being courageous, you build inner strength as you plumb the depths of your heart. Strength is the beating pulse of the heart that says, one step at a time, I continue in the direction my heart calls. From those things you love, which often conflict with each other, you discover what you really want. 9 year here. Okay. 9. So the 9 year is the Hermit year. Oh yeah, which we did read. I did read the 9 year. Right? It's about being isolated, a little bit more alone, looking inward, that kind of thing. Then I read the Wheel of Fortune year, right? 11. Do we have anyone that has a Justice year? We're just reading. When you have calculated your year card, we're reading for you what that means for your year. Does everyone have 11? If not, we'll go on to 12. I think somebody had 12.
Didn't I have 11?
Yes, you did. I Justice last year. Ooh, that's why you were such a help to me, because you had to stand up for something you believed in. That's interesting. So no 11s. All right, we're going to go on to 12. 12, which is the Hanged Man year. In a Hanged Man year, you will have to release things from your past. Sometimes, when this involves the loss of someone you are attached to, it feels like a betrayal. The painful or wounding experiences of such a year, however, serve the purpose of inward spiritual growth. Relax and let go. By releasing old patterns and surrendering fixed ideas, new ones can form in accord with new commitments. Sacrifices are made in Hanged Man years in which you put someone else's needs first, or sacrifice a lesser thing for the sake of a greater. It can be a year in which you feel confused or thwarted, with life on hold and activities suspended. You may devote yourself selflessly to some task, or you may have to deal with an impossible situation, requiring you to trust unquestioningly in some force beyond you. The Hanged Man is a symbol of mystical isolation in a ritual of purification. Thus, the sacrifice of your self-interest and dedication to a cause will bring understanding of the deeper meaning of your acts. I need new map. This does not sound fun. I know. Okay, Thea, I'll go back to 11. But hold on, where am I? Purification. The sacrifice of your self-interest and dedication to a cause will bring understanding of the deeper meaning of your acts. If you find yourself in situations in which you feel powerless and unable to act, you may turn to fantasy, alcohol, drugs, or workaholism, anything to escape. A completely different perspective can help. Don't expend energy negating a problem. Instead, put your focus and energy on its opposite. It can mean a reversal of everything you formerly stood for. Humility is essential as you discover in your Hanged Man year that there are many things you cannot control. Nevertheless, you can experience the spirit of divinity flowing through you, releasing you from limitations in your imagination, art, and devotions. Now, I will tell you that as someone who went through a Hanged Man year a couple years ago, it really was a lot about learning to live in the present moment. That was the year that I would recommend Eckhart Tolle. It's a big deal to learn to let things flow, because there are sacrifices that you're making for the greater good. There's things that you're giving up so that in the end things will be better, and it's hard sometimes not to focus on the things that we're giving up, the things that we're sacrificing. But if you are able to let that flow through and learn to live in the present moment, and to the things that you can't control, to learn to let that just go through, it's a little bit easier. A little bit. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it's a little bit easier. Okay, I'm going to go back to the Justice year. So can my giving up be in-laws? That can be part of it. I'm going to go back to Justice, and then we'll move forward to Death, okay? Justice, if your year is 11, the Justice year heralds a new beginning with decisions to be made. But first, you need to access the pros and cons of various proposals. It is a year of adjustment, and you will especially need to assimilate the changes that occurred during the Wheel of Fortune year. You will reap what you have sown so far. In a Justice year, you could be involved in legal matters, the scales of justice, or handling financial affairs, the scales of business. You might consider a partnership of some kind, whether in business or your personal life. Contracts and documents are therefore important and should be examined carefully. For instance, getting married in a Justice year has special significance as a contractual agreement. It's a good idea to clarify what you expect from any partnership or business deal. In our society, you are trained, especially if you're a woman, to compromise and share, to assess what the other person probably wants, and then figure out how far you go along with that before you even know clearly what you want. Sit down by yourself and make notes about what you would want if you could have anything in the world. Don't hold back. Write down your fantasy situation of perfection without compromise. Then negotiate. If everyone involved did this, it would be the way to mutual trust and eliminate resentments that can hang you up in the year that follows. In any case, the challenge is to be true to yourself, to see clearly what things you can let go of without resentment and what you cannot give up. Justice is a symbol for your inner court that determines personal innocence or guilt. Anything in which you get involved with that is not fair to you will become untenable in the following year. Therefore, this is a year to accept responsibility for yourself, to assess the effects of your actions and judgments, and to make adjustments as necessary. You need to evaluate the changes that have been happening in order to determine what you want to keep in your life and what no longer truly or fairly expresses who you are. You need to judge how you spend your time and energies and whether you are getting fairly recompensed for your efforts. If you are self-employed, adjustments in what you charge or how to do things may be necessary. All right, death. Ready? This is the year I just finished. So it is a tough year, but I will say that hang on. You know, it is about transformations. Okay, a lot of transformations. Mel, did you just say you're in bed together? You're so cute. Okay, you're welcome. Your death year. If this is your death year, it is rare that in your death year an actual death will occur, for it signifies transformation and regeneration as well as termination. In general, it's more a time to shed old skin for new growth. Following a hanged man year in which you faced whatever was hanging you up, now you are liberated, often resulting in a fresh surge of energy. You cut through stagnation to get to the things that work for you. By trimming off the dead wood and dying aspects of your life, you allow all the life force to flow into healthy parts so that they can spring forth anew. Whatever is destroyed this year makes way for new life. Don't forget that. Keep that in mind. That can become really important. While you may experience feelings of being dismembered, you will find yourself getting down to the bare bones scaffolding of your life or of a creative project. Once you've gotten rid of all that's unnecessary, what's left is something you can really trust and believe in. Don't be afraid to let go of that. That's kind of what I went through in the last year, was a lot of hanging on to things that was unnecessary. And it took me a long time to realize I didn't need those business partners. I didn't need that other shop's help. I didn't need that. And to let go of that was really heartbreaking, was really hard. It was a hard thing. Once you've gotten rid of all that's unnecessary, what's left is something you can really trust and believe in. With nothing to block them any longer, your creative energies are set free to explore new possibilities. So the death year is actually a year of great vigor, liberated from inadequate forms. There can be a tremendous power and drive to assert your life force and face your greatest fears. Since Scorpio is the corresponding sign, you have the force to plunge deeply into investigating hidden things, to do research, or to be involved in underworld schemes. You might court danger, enjoying the thrill of living close to the edge. Having the ability to merge totally with something else means that your experience will be deeply transformative. Your sexual experiences, likewise, can be ones in which you lose your sense of self in merging with the other. What in Elizabethan times was known as the little death. You are aware of life and love, but can also become jealous and possessive. If so, beware, for what you try to possess may be wrenched away even more painfully. The question you need to ask yourself in a death year is, what needs to be cleared away so that new growth can surge forth unhampered? Okay? So lots of new things coming, but you need to learn how to let go of the things that aren't serving you, how to let go of the things that aren't good for you. And that's what happens, is you are kind of broken down to the bare minimum, to the stuff that you actually need. And that can be painful, but it's always a good thing. Okay? All right, temperance year. Many of us, I think, are in a temperance year this year. Your temperance year is one in which you creatively combine things in new and different ways. You find resources and assistance you didn't know were available before, both from peers and spiritually. Your major lessons may be about compassion, reconciliation, and healing breaches, how to turn problems into blessings. You have the inner endurance to slowly wear away all obstacles with patience and grace. Some people find they can learn to play with time, stretching it out and slowing it down deliberately. 11. I read 11, honey. 11 was justice. Synchronicities and everyday miracles happen in quite extraordinary ways. As a year associated with Sagittarius, it is time for the rejuvenation of your higher mind, for philosophy, communications, or healing. You are interested in new forms for old things and how to revive stale ideas. You may even work on some kind of restoration or conservation project. You can bridge and make connections, perhaps through networking or by acting as a mediator. You will tackle problem-solving situations and are willing to experiment and look for ways that involve adaptation and moderation. Perhaps you turn to spiritual guidance, but you want practical results. If the death year was painful and disintegrating, then in the temperance year, take time to restore yourself, balance your energies, and build your new self. You may go traveling or redistribute your energy or possessions. Being near water, taking time alone to commune with your inner self, or seeking out an understanding friend will all be of great help. If you have been through this before, you can now serve as a compassionate friend and healer to another. Okay? That was temperance. Okay, I heard somebody say they had the devil. The devil, if this is a devil year for you. In your devil year, you want to develop the resources you discovered in the temperance year. You established lines of communication and networks last year, and now you want to use them to build grander projects. You look for schemes that promise success. Capricornian ambition makes you work hard, and humility and patience won't come easily. This is a great time for enjoying the material things in life. Have some fun. Be devilish. Stir things up. The danger is that you become possessed by your desires, overindulge in pleasures, and try to control others to get what you want. The key lesson is often about which indulgences and desires produce healthy growth and well-being, and which ones enslave and bind you. Where does guilt and fear keep you from doing something? If you were unwilling to let go of something in a death year or reconcile your loss in the temperance year, it can come back to haunt you in the devil year. You may feel blocked and angered by the big boys like government, the military, big business, organized religion, or anyone who tries to control or manipulate you. If so, you may want to break taboos, cheat on your taxes, or become involved in disruptive actions. Pessimism and distrust can weigh heavily. Sometimes you just need to walk away. In the devil year, you'll want to look at your shadow issues, uncover anger and resentment, and discover where power, creativity, and love without fear really lie. It's time to defeat the adversary of unwarranted guilt. Fight back with a sense of humor. Use mirth and imagination to free yourself from bondage to negativity. If you learn to play with time in a temperance year, you can learn to play with the weightiness of things in a devil year. That's your devil year. Anybody have the Tower? That's okay, Fatima. No problem, honey. You can always back it up. The Tower, I think somebody, Michael, are you still here? Did Michael have the Tower? Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. Here's your year, honey. The Tower. And Doug has the Tower. Okay. Your Tower year is one of revolution with the shattering of unnecessary forms and structures. It presents an opportunity to dissolve barriers between yourself and others and discover what is really important to you. The extent of change this year depends on what happened last year. If you built a tower of achievement by using your power over others, this will be a year of violent testing. Even if your achievement was modest, expect tremors in your life. Organizations fall, belief structures crumble, and repressed forces are likely to release suddenly, as indicated by the correspondence of this card to the planet Mars. Falsehoods will be revealed. You either consciously break through old forms with new insights, or nature may do it for you through accidents, natural disasters, or other people's actions. You may lose or change jobs, relationships, or living arrangements. Your physical appearance is affected. You may have surgery, an accident, burn up with fever, or lose weight. There's often a need for purging and burning away obstructions. Look at where you want to regroup and reform and take action to bring it about consciously. Consciously. Release energy blockages by becoming aware of them and acknowledging the feelings that they engender. When you lose your temper, get stressed, or behave badly or inappropriately, you have located blocked and repressed energy. That should be a bing, 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 aha moment. Oh shit, I lost my temper. Oh shit, I behaved badly or inappropriately. There's something I'm repressing here that I need to focus on. When released consciously, this energy can power you through previously insurmountable problems. Wherever you have become rigid and are no longer able to grow, now is the time to liberate yourself. The question of the year is, how do I break open my blockages without causing massive destruction? First, accept that action is necessary. Draw upon intuitive hunches, enlightened ideas, or improbable solutions. Act on them as new possibilities for future development. This is an excellent year to make breaks with the past, literally and figuratively. Clean up your house and your act. Break some old habits and start some new ones. Let go of preconceptions about how things are going to go in your life and make room for a fresh, new future. Missed my number, so I went back and put it on 2-speed for the wheel. Yay. Yeah, it didn't start very good for you, did it, Christiana? That does totally make sense for me in a good way. I feel like, yes, and it is. And with the Tower year, I will say, the Tower year, again, that is very much about accepting what needs to change and realizing that we are not, the things that we think need to change are definitely, especially in a Tower year, not the things that usually need to change. It is the actual structure of how we have structured our life. And usually it has to do with when you look 10, 15 years into the future, we have an image in our head of this is where I want things to be. Usually it's that structure, like how we have figured out this is what our goals and plans are, that breaks down. It's the actual structure of how we planned to get there that breaks down. That says, nope, sorry, that's not the way things are going to go. Instead, I'm going to ruin the relationship you have. I'm going to get you fired in the job that you have, because instead of the structured way we had figured things out, we're going to move things around for you, because the lesson that you need to learn is around the corner, and you won't get there unless I break this down for you. So understand, it's a year of transitions that you were not expecting, that it's hard to see coming. So you, again, just have to kind of learn to go with the flow. And for this year, try to consciously say, okay, what blocks have I seen? Am I able to look forward and say, I think I might have some blocks here and here, that kind of thing. Star, does anybody have the star year? I don't remember if anybody had said they had the star year. Anybody? Or the moon? Or is there anybody? What numbers have I missed? Is there anybody on that I've missed your number so far? That's why I've been wanting to set up Reiki with you. Yes, and we can now, Michael. I I have the time and the table and stuff to make up the do Reiki appointments now. Anybody? Anybody? I do. If it's 11, if it's one I've gone over, honey, you're going to have to back up to see. I did justice already. I did justice after, it was towards the beginning. So you have to back up. If I've done it already, I don't want to read that one again. I did go back and do justice. I think right after Hanged Man, I went backwards. So nobody has the star, the moon, the sun, judgment, or the world, right? Or the fool. That makes me hold out. Yeah, Christiana, that sounds good. Actually, absolutely. For sure. Good, good, good. Okay. Now, we've been on a long time. I'm really sorry it's taken so long, guys. I want to go over a couple of spreads of New Year's spreads. That I will post on the event page for today, or I'll post on the main group probably. First is Stephen has given us the spread he's given us for tonight is a simple 3-card New Year spread. I'm going to show it, hopefully, so you can screenshot it, and then we'll read it. Here it is. Screenshot if you need to. It's a simple three-card spread. So you shuffle your cards, you pull 3 cards face down, and then you flip them. Card one is, the first card is a reflection of the past year and anything that we need to release. Okay? So the first card, you shuffle your cards, you pull those 3 cards. The first card that you pull is what you have to release. The reflection of this is what last year was about. And you may need to release this card. Card number 2, the second card you flip over. The second card is the energy coming in for you during this coming year and what you want to embrace. So release, embrace. The second card is, this is the energy I want to embrace coming in. The last card, the third card, is a gift or advice the universe is imparting to you to help you make the most out of the coming year. So the third card is, what can help me through this? Release, embrace, what can help me? This is the energy I need to look at to help me through this year. Okay? Does that make sense? That's the simple 3-card spread. I'm going to just show you and go over a little bit the, where the hell did it go? Oh, this book, Liz Dean. Those of you who know Tarot Tuesday know this is the same author that we go over. This was her first book, was like this. This was The Ultimate Guide to Tarot. Liz Dean does a book called The Ultimate Guide to Tarot Spreads. In that book, one of the things she has in that book is the year ahead spread. This is the same spread that a lot of people use for the new year. So this is the what it says about it. And I'll show you, this is what the year ahead spread looks like. It is 13 cards. The first card you put in the middle, and then 12 cards around, which signify the months. Which signify the months of the year. So as we're in January, you put the first card in the middle. That's the signifier, kind of the general energy of the year. And then 12 months around. So The first card up here would be January, February, March, April, and it will give you an idea of what kind of year you're going to have. I have not done this spread on purpose for about 3 years, since the pandemic hit. I don't think I did this spread every year in January, up until the pandemic hit, and then I was like, yeah, I don't want to know. Think about that before you do a year ahead spread. Do you want to know if you're going to have a really shitty month? Sometimes it's good. It's good to know ahead of time so that you can prepare for it. I have no problem with that. Before the pandemic hit, I did year ahead spreads, and I liked having a vision anyways, a little bit of, okay, this is what's coming. I liked that. That was good. Definitely, I recently decided I didn't want to know. And that was just recently. I may do one this year because this year feels a little different for me. But I knew last year I didn't do one on purpose because I thought, fuck no, I don't want to know. I knew better. It was my death year. So I thought I'm just going to go with the flow. I don't think, had I known like June, July, August, I would have been like, screw you. Whatever. I'm going to go hibernate. But I might do one this year. So that's the first one. That's the year ahead spread. There's a couple other ones. Like I said, I will post these in the group that I found that I thought were really interesting. This is the year ahead tarot spread for Modern Gypsy, which is 13 cards. There's the card presentations, how you place the cards. And then, I don't know if you can see this, that is what each of the cards mean. That one looked very interesting. I may do that one because it's a little bit different. It has the goddess of the year. So it gives you a goddess of the year to focus on. The key theme of the year, the key challenge of the year, deep wisdom, something that will help you really dig deep this year. What is arising? Number 6 through 9 is the quarter points of the year. So each quarter, what the energy is going to look like through the quarter. 10 and 11 is manifest this will. If you manifest, this is what you can manifest. 12 is the archetype, your soul card for the year. 13 is the message from spirit. So I thought that was an interesting one. This one is the New Year Tarot Spread 7 by Emerald Lotus Divination. And again, I will post these in the Facebook group. But this is 7 cards, which are chakra inspired. The crown chakra card, how can I deepen my connection with the divine? The third eye chakra card, how can I better channel my inner wisdom? The throat chakra, how can I improve my communication? The heart chakra, how can I be more compassionate this year? The solar plexus chakra, how can I better manage my ego this year? Can I also post on Pinterest? Yes. Let me write that so I remember it. Pinterest. I actually got these from Pinterest, but I'll put it I'll put it in Tarot Tuesday. If you guys see on Pinterest, I have a Tarot Tuesday board. I will put a new heading in there that says Tarot Tuesday spreads. The sacral chakra, how can I embrace my creativity this year? And then the root chakra, how can I remain grounded this year? And then finally, this is the New Year predictions spread. I thought this one was fairly interesting. A little bit different. This is from Kiki Dombrowski. This was what is the overall theme? How is this next year going to be special? Positivity. What will be the most positive event to happen this year? Shifting. What will be our greatest challenge? The lessons card. What major lessons will be imparted on humanity this year? Politics, political trends, or how can we become more active in politics? Environment, environmental trends, or how can we heal the planet this year? Social trends, or how can we better interact with each other? Spirituality, what will people become more spiritually inclined? Magic, what magic do we collectively conjure to make this world a better place this year? Peace, how can I personally bring peace into the world around me this year? And finally, the wild card is for your own question. Just did some pendulum work, and apparently this year is going to be me opening up my 6 chakras other than my throat, which is not blocked. Good. Well, that's great then. I would recommend doing the chakra one then. Okay. Yay. The first Tarot Tuesday of the year took us almost 2 hours, but we learned a lot. Again, I will say that this is a wonderful book. Look up Mary K. Greer. This is the old Who Are You in the Tarot? That's the old title of the book. Apparently the new title is something about archetypes. Your tarot archetype or something like that. But this is the old title. So you can look it up, and it may be under this title. It'll tell you the new one. So Mary K. Greer, this is the book about how to do all this. Your life path card, personality card, your soul card, your hidden card, your teacher card, all of that is all on here. You are also welcome. Make sure you join me next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we are going to do, I don't know if I'm not going to tell you yet what it's about. You'll see. I'll probably be making the event, so you'll see it. Next Tuesday, we will kind of start by evaluating. I want to look at some ethical questions. Before we go into new spreads and stuff like that, I want to look at tarot ethics. What are the ethics of tarot? And how do I know we kind of went through this in the very beginning, but we are going to look at ethically, how do we use tarot ethically? What ethics are we going to have before we start reading for others and ourselves? And really, it's all about asking yourself those questions before we start. Okay? So ethics in tarot next week, next Tuesday. And if you hadn't noticed, we are starting at 7 o'clock now. I came a half an hour early. And that's because when it's wintertime and it gets darker earlier, I like to start a little bit earlier. So we're going to start 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from now on. Okay? Tuesday, 7 p.m. I love you guys so much. Happy New Year. Have a wonderful year. Tomorrow we do have a show if you are interested in crystal and my incenses and all that kind of stuff on Mama Squirrel's living room. We do. Our next show is tomorrow. So I love you guys so much. Click that like button on the way out and have a great night. Thanks so much, you guys.